In the long, dusty genealogies of the Bible, where names are listed one after another in a seemingly endless chain, one name suddenly shines like a star in a dark sky. That name is Jabez. Though he's mentioned only briefly, his story carries a message so powerful that it continues to change lives thousands of years later. He was a man whose name literally meant pain, yet he became more honorable than all his brothers. How did that happen? Let's find out. Our story begins with a woman in the depths of sorrow. As she gave birth, the pain was so overwhelming that she cried out, "I will name him Jabez because I bore him in pain." Can you imagine that? From the very moment he entered the world, his name carried a prophecy of sorrow. Everywhere he went, people would whisper, "There goes Jabez, the boy of pain." Every single time someone called his name, it was a constant, painful reminder of his past, his struggles, and the agony his mother endured. But here's a powerful truth. Destiny is not always defined by your birth. What people name you does not limit what God can make of you. Jabez grew up hearing words of limitation and feeling the weight of his name. He probably faced rejection, poverty, and mockery from those around him. While his brothers may have inherited land or blessings, Jabez inherited a name that brought fear and pity. But deep inside his heart, something was stirring, a burning desire for change. He believed that, even if his beginning was filled with pain, his ending could be glorious. He refused to be a victim of his circumstances. So one day, he looked up to the heavens and made a decision that would alter the course of his life forever. "I refuse to let my name define my destiny." In a moment of pure, raw faith, Jabez cried out to the God of Israel. He didn't turn to idols. He didn't seek help from powerful men. He went directly to the source, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And this was his prayer, a prayer so simple yet so profound. "Oh, that you would bless me indeed, and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain." Let's break that down. 5 simple requests, but each one is packed with deep meaning. First, he says, "Bless me indeed." He wasn't asking for just any ordinary, run-of-the-mill blessing. The word indeed implies a deep, abundant, life-altering kind of blessing. He was asking for a divine touch that changes absolutely everything. He wanted God's supernatural favor to flood his life. Second, he prayed, "Enlarge my territory." This wasn't just a desire for more land or real estate. Jabez was asking for an expansion of his influence, his opportunities, and his destiny. He was saying, "God, I was born into a small, painful box, but I know you have something bigger for me. Stretch my boundaries, increase my impact." Third, he asked, "Let your hand be with me." This is so crucial. Jabez understood that success without God's presence is hollow and meaningless. He knew he couldn't achieve anything of lasting value on his own. He wanted God's guidance, His power, and His protection to be with him every step of the way. He was asking for a partnership with the Almighty. Fourth, he prayed, "Keep me from evil." Jabez wanted to live a life of integrity. He was asking for spiritual protection, not just from outside troubles, but from the hidden traps of the enemy and the temptations that could derail his purpose. He desired purity of heart. And finally, the fifth and perhaps most touching part of his prayer, "that I may not cause pain." This request brings his story full circle. He longed to break the curse associated with his own name. He didn't want to be a source of sorrow, as his name suggested. Instead, he wanted to be a source of joy, a blessing to others. He wanted to reverse the legacy of pain and turn it into a legacy of purpose. And then, The Bible tells us something absolutely extraordinary in just 7 simple words, and God granted him what he requested. Think about that. Having heard his cry, the God of the universe leaned in and listened to the desperate plea of a man named Pain, and he answered. The man who was once defined by sorrow became a man defined by purpose. The boy who brought his mother pain now spread joy and honor. The one who was likely rejected became the one who was respected. The Bible states that Jabez was more honorable than his brothers. He completely flipped the script on his life. What was the secret to his transformation? It wasn't his background that changed him, it was his prayer. It wasn't his name that defined him, it was his faith. And it wasn't his family or connections that lifted him up, it was God's favor. The pain of his past didn't disappear, but it became the solid foundation for his powerful testimony. His name, which once symbolized pain, now stood as a symbol of powerful prayer. His life became a timeless lesson for all of us. No matter how you start, you have the power to rewrite your story with God. The story of Jabez teaches us so many things, but let's focus on 4 key lessons. First, you can start in pain, but end in purpose. Your beginning does not have to determine your ending. It doesn't matter what labels have been put on you or what disadvantages you've faced. Your future is not set in stone. Second, prayer can break every limitation. When you communicate with God, you're not just speaking into the air. You are inviting heaven's direct intervention into your situation. Prayer is the key that unlocks divine possibilities. Third, God honors sincere desires. God isn't impressed by fancy words or eloquent speeches. He listens to the heart. He responds to a heart that is genuinely, desperately seeking Him, just like Jabez's was. And fourth, your story can inspire others. Jabez's short, diverse story has touched and inspired millions of people across centuries, and your story can too. The struggles you overcome today can become the hope someone else needs tomorrow. So no matter where you are in life right now, no matter what life has called you or what pain you've endured, remember Jabez. Remember that God can give you a new name, a new level, and a new future. Today, I want to encourage you to dare to pray like Jabez. Ask God to bless you indeed, to enlarge your territory, to keep His hand upon you, and to turn every ounce of your pain into a powerful purpose. Because when God's hand is on your life, your story can never, ever remain the same. This is the story of Jabez, the man who prayed one prayer and changed his life forever. What part of Jabez's prayer resonates with you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if this story inspired you, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more content that will uplift and empower you. Thank you so much for watching.